Okay, we're gonna make a quesadilla tonight because we had a lot of leftover taco meat from the other night when we made tacos when you were here. So, real simple stuff here. You get a couple of large burritos. They're called tortillas, but they're burrito size, so they're pretty big. And then I am going to put in the taco meat, and I'm putting in some beans, some black beans, and we're going to have cheese to add on top of all that. You don't have to put the beans in because I know you don't like beans, but they're a good source of protein. So typically what I do is we grab this Mexican style cheese and put a bunch on both sides of the tortillas. Spread it out like that. I like lots of cheese, so we'll put lots of cheese on. Plus it helps the stuff stick inside when you make it with a lot of cheese. Okay, so see if I can do this with one hand and put it up on here without making a lot of mess. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on. Okay, so I've put the griddle on to about 250 degrees, but you can double check. Every griddle is different, so you want to do it, just check and see what yours would be at, but basically kind of medium heat out of the whole thing. And I've been letting it get warm. So now I've got the two sides here. I'm gonna give it a few minutes to actually start the cheese melting. And then what I've already done is I've already mixed up and put in the microwave. Put about 30 seconds of the taco meat and beans. And then get about 30 seconds on high, stir it up, about another 30 seconds on high, and then we're going to let this cheese melt, which is already starting to do. You can see that it's beginning to melt a little bit onto there. That's what we're looking for. We'll give it another few seconds to let it do that. And covering up the camera. Oh, I can't tell. There, maybe like that. Hopefully you're seeing everything. Okay, so the cheese is getting pretty melted, so I'm now just going to spoon in the meat and the beans. Spread it out so it will get all covered over the whole quesadilla. Spread it all out. Excellent. Now this side, grab a spatula, and we're just going to flip it right over onto this side. Whoop. Press it down a little bit so it gets all that melty cheese into the beans and meat. We'll give it a few more seconds to heat up. Get all that stuff melted inside. Covering the camera, there we go. I'm gonna cover that, let it melt, press it down. When we give another 30, 40 seconds, and then we will pull it off and cut it and into 8 pieces, kind of like a pizza. And then you'll have little slices of quesadilla to eat. And of course, for me, because me, Cholula hot sauce to put on top. It's pretty all sticky there. Getting close. All right. And now, this is why it's good to have a good sized spatula. There's different sized spatulas. So there's little ones like this. that when I'm making meat in a pan or something, I want to kind of scrape things around small. But when you're flipping things on a griddle, you want a good sized one. So the size of it is almost the size of my hand. So, all right, off it goes. 1, 2, 3. Oop. Perfect. There we go, onto the cutting board. Make sure you unplug the griddle. Let that keep going. We'll give it a few more seconds and then a big knife. I'm going to cut it into 8s. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but do. Get into 8s. And you have plate. Get this out of my way. Plate over and slide those right onto the plate. Perfect size of quesadilla and plate. And then, as I said, you know, because it's just not worth it if you don't have it hot. I can't do the bottle with one hand. Hold on. Okay. And for me, some hot sauce. And there we go. An easy quesadilla done in about 5 minutes. So there you go.